Hey, welcome to day 5. That's a handful. You made it to a handful of days. Wow, I'm so proud. So today, we're kind of going to start to tie together some of the stuff we spoke about the last 5 days. The most important thing when it comes to changing, when it comes to creating a new way of life, is having a why. Once you have a why, what and when and where, all other questions become easier and possible because you know you'll be able to do it. So yesterday we created a why big enough to do whatever it takes to do. So once you have that why, now I want to go back and actually talk about where. Where is it that you want to go to? And we talked about that already. I believe it was on day 2. We talked about where is it you want to go? Where are you now, if you're very, very fully honest? And where is it you want to go? Between day 2 and day 3, we went over the success cycle and where are you now? And where is it you want to go? Now that your why is that strong and you know where you want to go, now we got to start working on how. How do we actually do that? What capabilities do you need? What steps will you need to take? And this is something that if you did the homework until now, will be pretty easy because you have a very clear picture of where you are, a very clear picture of where you want to go, and then there's a road that gets you there. And every person has a different road because every person has a different starting location and an end location, but every person has the same one thing they need to make it through that road. And that is what I like to call grit. That is courage. That is commitment. That is the strength to continue. And that's what I want to talk about today, so that our minds are ready for what it takes to go from point A to point B. And for that our mind is ready to enjoy the process. Because if your only point is to get from point A to point B, this isn't the right place for you. If all you want is the result of point B, this isn't it. Because the way I teach, and because I believe in the process, in loving the process, enjoying the process, and that is very important for me and very important for you. And I don't want you to cheat yourself by thinking, I'm just going to keep on changing, and motivate, or she's a motivational speaker. I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm a change seeker. I'm a change creator. I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not here to tell you pump yourself, say this 100 times a day, or stand up, make jumping jacks. I don't know. I'm not here to tell you that. I'm not here to tell you how to feel good and just right now. I can tell you that too, how you change your state in the split of a second. But I want you to have lifelong changes. And because of that, I want to teach you the actual means to change your life. And in order to be able to do that, the first step we must understand, after we've made our why, after we've figured out our journey more or less, after we've after we've done everything we've done until now and hopefully done the homeworks, the first thing we need to do at that point is create a strong enough commitment within ourselves so that the next 25 days are easy, or not easy, but possible, are enjoyable, even when it's rough and you feel like it's, like fighting against each other, rubbing against it. But that's how diamonds are made. You have to rub them together. Now, let's take a couple of deep breaths. When it comes to commitments, the biggest part as to why most of us fall through and aren't able to keep it is because the original commitment, once the urge goes away, the commitment goes away with it. And what I mean by that is you can commit today to work out for the next 3 years of your life, but 3 days, 7 months, 7 years, whenever it is, 7 weeks, at some point you get to that place where that commitment you made, the reason why you made it, is gone. And now, if you haven't worked on the muscle, not this muscle, but the internal muscle, as to why you're doing it, as to pushing the commitment, then it's out the window as soon as that urge is gone, as soon as the reason why is gone. Now, when you have a very strong why, it's more likely that you'll keep on going, absolutely. But at the same time, it is very important to recognize that there will come to a day where that why will be, yeah, I know, but I still don't feel like it. And in that day, that is the day that you have the opportunity to create this muscle or exercise this muscle, the muscle of self-compassion, the muscle of gratitude, the muscle of space. When we make a commitment and do it with no space for ourselves, we're pretty much committing to fail, because we are human. At least I believe most of us are human. And humans are meant to error. But in reality, that's us being ourselves. What a real healthy commitment is committing to ourselves. On a personal note, I would say around a little more than half a year ago, 7, 8 months maybe even, I've made many commitments in my life that I couldn't keep, and I finally made the one that I could. I made the commitment to show up for myself every day, no matter what. And that meant that on the days I didn't show up, on the days that I didn't work out, the days that I didn't do what I wanted to, the way I showed up for myself was by understanding myself for being who I was. If today the only thing you take out of this is a commitment to showing up for yourself as a human being who wants to do the changes that you want, and who is really willing to do it, and who has a big enough why, then you're good enough. Then that'll be good enough. You are good enough already, but that'll be good enough. I'll be happy. There is one commitment that you need to make. It may be the one I just discussed, or it may be something else you'll decide. There's a commitment you need to make to yourself. One that makes you feel free when you make it. One that makes you think, hey, commitments can be enjoyable. This is a commitment to feel safe. This is a commitment to hear my voice. Whatever the commitment is, it's one that leaves you with this free feeling. And that will create your grit. That will create something strong enough that this process becomes a process you enjoy, a process that gets you closer to yourself. Now, when you treat a kid, then they want to do more for you. It's just how it works. When you treat yourself, what do you think will happen? You're going to want to move faster and do more. So today, the homework for today is to really sit with yourself for a minute or 5. Put your hands on your heart and ask, what commitment do I need to make today so that at some point I make it to that location that I talked about? And most of all, that at some point along the journey, I don't even care about the end destination. I begin to really enjoy the journey. What is that commitment? Come up with that, and we'll jump in tomorrow into further details of how we move forward and how we actually change our life so that we're emotionally fit for everything life has to offer. The good, the bad, everything. All right, have a good day.